What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be taking a look at what potentially may be a whole bunch of Gigantamax Pokemon that we have not seen before. Now, yesterday there was quite a substantial leak by presumably someone who got their hands on a copy of Pokemon Sword 2 weeks before launch, and the influx of information just keeps happening. Now, first I want to talk about this a little bit, and then we'll head into the spoiler territory. As always, you'll have a nice little bar at the bottom talking about when spoilers are about to happen far before they do, so you can choose to click away before that happens. Yesterday we got a potential leak and a first look at the evolutions of some of the starter Pokemon, some wild Pokemon in the area, and some things that we had no idea existed, which was really nice. Last night in the wee hours of the morning, we saw someone on 4chan get their hands on a copy of the Pokemon Sword and Shield guidebook 2 weeks before release. Supposedly. I will go so far as to say that this person has no idea how to take photos of literally anything. If they had an Instagram page, it would be the worst, blurriest Instagram page ever. So these Pokemon, even though we are getting our first look at them, you're not going to get too clear of an idea of exactly what it looks like. Also keep in mind, because it is a guidebook, you're just going to be seeing a single clip art on a piece of paper. It's not like seeing the Pokemon in action. In addition to that, we have one more Pokemon from supposedly the first leaker, and we haven't seen that before, so I'm going to be covering that. And now we're going to be officially entering the spoiler territory, so if you do not want to see these clip arts of these additional Gigantamax forms, including some fan favorites, you're more than welcome to click away now. Now, even though these images are available on 4chan, I decided to go to my Twitter resources because, well, it's a lot cleaner and there's no repeat information. So shout out to @PokemonLeaks, Pokemon Sword Shield Leaks for this. First of all, we have Gigantamax Kingler. Kingler goes from its regular Cantonian form into being significantly larger. Its claw then gets filled with these sort of teeth-looking structures. Its legs go from boring legs to giant snow crab legs, and then also it has just this huge amount of foam, supposedly frothing from the mouth, and then being able to just drag all the way down to the ground. We don't get a very good look at its face. It may be because that froth is now covering its face, so this is pretty dang interesting. But one who's even more weird than that is Gigantamax Machamp. Do keep in mind, this is supposedly from the official guidebook, but we do not have confirmation of that. So all of these may be very, very good fake leaks, or they're real leaks. Looking at Machamp, he seems very proportionate. He completely lost his neck. It goes right from head to chest, but Gigantamax Machamp gets this very strange elongated neck. Its mouth remains giant. Its eyes go from actually eyes to just these yellow high beams. It retains the 3 fins on its head, although they do seem a little bit bigger, and his arms get like this weird sort of like primal Kyogre style to them, but it looks like lava flowing through them, or actually it would be veins, because now he's even more roided out. His belt goes from black with a single row of beads to purple with 2 rows of beads. It still has the P icon. Yeah, that is one jacked dude. The neck really freaks me out though, I'm not gonna lie. In the image with Gigantamax Kingler, there was an image right above this that we first thought it would be Gigantamax Malamar. You know, Inkay's evolution when you hold your 3DS upside down. But now we're given information that it is a brand new Pokemon called Hatterene. Its form is right here, so I guess this is a look at a brand new Pokemon, which then Gigantamaxes into this thing. When looking at this, yes, nothing like a Malamar or Inkay or anything. But when looking at this thing, yeah, I could kind of see why you would think it would be a Malamar. And maybe this is kind of what they were talking about with not including all the Pokemon, because, like, why would you have this and Malamar in the game? Can we get a zoom in of that and just how goofy this thing looks? We have no idea what this thing is, and frankly, I don't think I want to know. Gigantamax Garbodor. Here's our first look at a big trashy boy who gets super big and super trashy. Kesha ain't got nothing on this boy right here. So Garbodor's physical appearance, as far as like its body excluding the garbage, doesn't look that different. It still retains the circular mouth, eyes opposite, the two pom-poms at the top of its head, just like the official artwork. Its limbs are still fully constructed out of crud, and well, that's a rope, and that's, I don't know, just more crud. And it looks like that continues. In fact, you can still see the rope right there. The only thing that really looks different is that it goes from small pieces of pebble and things that you can't really make out as garbage to specifically seeing things. Like here is a substitute doll, here is a polka doll, here is a wind-up boat toy, a small car, an airplane, a full building. Now this is confusing because the polka doll is not very large, neither are the substitute dolls. Assuming that this is actually a toy, as well as the boat and the car, they could be very small. Oh, you know what? It may not be a building, it may be just like Legos or something. It's weird though, because Garbodor is 2 meters, 6 feet tall, and so say for example you had something, you know, the size of a wind-up toy on your body. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Here we have a brand new Pokemon called Scorch, which appears to be a millipede, and it is a fire type as it is fire coming out of its face and red accents everywhere. And its Gigantamax form that it turns into a giant millipede, and the curry poop is so small in the back over here. Once it becomes giant, the fire actually kind of reminds me of Mega Rayquaza, and it kind of reminds me of a wingless, limbless dragon. So, come on, Austin. Remember your Magic the Gathering. A wyvern? The lindworm? Nah, I'm reading too much into it. It's now just a giant worm. But to see a bug fire type, this is the same typing that we had with Volcarona. Every time I say a Pokemon's name, I now research it just to make sure I'm saying the right thing, because otherwise you guys are just gonna rip me apart in the comments section. Yeah, Volcarona. So if this is a bug fire type, it has the same typing as Volcarona. Pretty interesting. Here we have what we can presume is Roly-Coly's, then evolution or possible second evolution, and then Gigantamax to go into this very large mind structure. It literally looks like it becomes a mountain / mine, like its mouth is an entrance to a mine. It has a large amount of either minerals or sulfur on the top of its body, has large spikes shooting out everywhere. I would like to see what its third form looks like before judging this bad boy right here. This right here, this is what we've been waiting for. It's Gigantamax Laparis. So Laparis goes from its beautiful, elegant body into pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that it's larger and it has music notes on its shell. Now this is perfectly coherent with what we saw with the Ben Affleck leak all the way from before summer and the Chinese Riddler. The Chinese Riddler talked about the Gigantamax Laparis with the music notes on its shell right there. Oh, by the way, I updated this thing that I've always had going on to include the orange leak, and I'm probably going to update it after today's leak as well. But we also see its signature G-Max move, G-Max Resonance. This move reduces incoming damage for 5 turns. Resonance is actually a sound / music term having to do with the reverberation of a sound. I guess it's making a wall of sound. That's pretty neat. There are so many sound-based moves. I'm surprised sound isn't a type. All in all, this Laparis is kind of lackluster, especially when comparing it to Machamp. Also, its eyes get that same weird yellow glow. That's the only real thing I could say about it. This is supposedly a horrible picture of Eternatus, aka Space Chicken. Space Chicken merch now available at AustinJohnPlays.com. Which, if it is, then I don't think I was far off in my video on what I think it would look like. That it would have sort of a geometric, hard-line body. It would be black and purple with red, because the curry poop. I literally can't make out anything about it because of how blurry it is. Looks like its hands are scythes, or maybe... I have no idea. Now this goes back to the first person who is posting photos, which apparently now we have a new ground snake Pokemon, which goes from this little boy, who evolves into this big boy, who then Gigantamaxes into this giant thing. I'm personally a little on the fence if this large Gigantamax form that looks like a honeypot has to do with these ground worms. I'm gonna put money on no, but we do have names. Silicobra, Siliconda. I like those. I like those names. Cobra, Conda. Yeah, I'm a fan. And then also here, supposedly we have the final form of Score Bunny, being called Cinder Ants, who is a pure fire type. Good news, it's not firefighting. It's designed from this one clip art right here. A lot of people are saying looks a little lackluster. It is. And there we go. That is a collection of all of the leaks that we have seen today with these potential Gigantamax forms. But guys, I want to know what you think about these giant Gigantamax forms of these returning Pokemon and some new Pokemon and just a little bit here and there. While I don't like getting officially revealed from Nintendo about everything, I think these leaks are fun because it's kind of like little snippets at things that we don't supposed to see. And because of that, it's intriguing. I'm cool with that. Anyways, guys, do me a favor. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.